The British Home Office agreed to take some children in, but there were a number of conditions. They had to be under 17, the parents had to stump up £50, which was an absolute fortune in those days, and foster homes had to be found and guaranteed in Britain. That meant children had to be separated from their parents. Max Spitzer and his wife Pavla made this painful decision and applied for their 3 daughters to be transported to Britain. The youngest, Zuzana, was only 7. Nearly 80 years on, I'm meeting Zuzana on the platform from where she left for England in July 1939. The modern station's so noisy, we've moved to the staterooms next door to see an extraordinary home movie her father made days after the Nazis invaded. Now we've got the swastika, haven't we, when the Germans took over.
Yes. My father filmed that secretly, you know. He took films of the guards, the Germans outside the castle. If they had caught him, they would have shot him. I don't understand that he didn't realize that. Look, there's the change of the guard, Germans in the Czech castle. That is something terrible, terrible.
Nobody really seemed to have any idea then just how bad it was going to become.
No. I think people, they didn't want to believe it at the beginning that there was danger, but stories seeped through and they started to be afraid.
Unbeknown to Zuzana, an associate of Doreen Warrener's was planning her rescue. Nicholas Winton was a stockbroker who volunteered to help by arranging trains and foster homes in Britain for children like Zuzana and her sisters.
When we got on the train, one of the most poignant memories is looking out of the train window onto the platform and seeing all those adult people crying, and we didn't know why. We didn't know why they're crying, but it was contagious, and we started crying.
Nicholas Winton is remembered on the platform from where his trains departed, commemorating the 669 children he rescued from almost certain death. It's a beautiful sculpture, but they look so sad, don't they? A little girl, beautiful little girl, obviously separated from her parents. And this little boy just clinging onto anybody. It's very moving. He looks such a kind man as well. Zuzana and her sisters were later reunited with their parents in the UK and survived the Holocaust. But most of the children who waved goodbye to their parents never saw them again.